Hello, you are watching Gold News on the GIGO Ace TV channel. In this episode you will learn how the price of gold has changed over the past 30 years, what economic and geopolitical events have affected the price of the precious metal, what to expect from gold in the future. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. Let's start. In 1994, the price of gold fluctuated around $385. This year, 30 years later, the price of an ounce of the precious metal nearly reached $2,500, and this figure is the highest in history. Let's take a look at how the price of gold has changed over the past 3 decades. 1994 to 1999. During the last 5 years of the 20th century, the price of gold was relatively stable, although it showed a slight decline. On August 26, 1999, the price of the precious metal reached its lowest level in 30 years, about $252 per ounce. This decline was caused by economic conditions that prompted central banks to sell their gold reserves. 2000 to 2005. Gold prices began to rise rapidly. Reason? The tragedy of September 11, 2001, and subsequent conflicts in Afghanistan and Iraq, which caused global uncertainty. The dot-com bubble also happened during this period. Economic and geopolitical tensions led to an increase in gold prices from $280 per ounce in 2000 to over $500 by the end of 2005. 2006 to 2011, Great Recession. The global financial crisis caused a significant increase in the price of the precious metal. During the recession, private investors sought safe haven assets, naturally turning to gold. Likewise, central banks of various countries did the same. By the way, you can find out why central banks consider gold a reliable asset in the video suggestion above. Already on September 5, 2011, the price of the noble metal reached a record high at that time of more than $1,901 per ounce. 2012 to 2015, post-crisis recovery. During these years, investor interest in the noble metal decreased significantly. After peaking in 2011, the price of gold began to drop, reaching a low of about $1,053 per ounce on December 2, 2015. This happened against the backdrop of a strengthening dollar due to the tightening of monetary policy by the U.S. Federal Reserve System. 2016 to 2019. Revival. Gold prices began to rise again, reaching $1,517 per ounce by the end of 2019. This was driven by economic instability in China and the UK's exit from the European Union, Brexit. Investors continued to look for safe assets in times of uncertainty and therefore chose gold. As demand increased, so did the price. 2020, today. The period of time that began in 2020 and continues to this day is the most active period of growth in prices for the noble metal over the past 30 years. In less than 4 years, the price of an ounce of gold increased by more than 60%. There are many reasons for that. The COVID-19 pandemic and subsequent recession, various banking crises, high interest rates in some countries, falling dollar exchange rate, geopolitical conflicts. These events significantly increased the demand for gold among private investors as well as central banks. By the way, we have previously discussed 4 main factors that influenced the evolution of the gold market over the past 30 years. You can learn more about them by clicking on the video in the upper corner of the screen. How will gold behave in the next 30 years? Interesting fact, if the price of gold continues to grow at the same rate as it has over the past 30 years, by 2054, an ounce of the noble metal will be worth more than $14,000. This assumption may seem overly optimistic, however, 30 years ago, few people thought that the price of an ounce would increase more than sixfold. However, one thing can be said with 100% certainty, long-term investment in gold is always a reasonable and justified step. You have watched Gold News on the GIGO Ace TV channel. Don't forget to subscribe and press like so as not to miss the next videos. We'll be back soon with new useful content. See you next time.